Hey folks, big news for Space Haven. The second version of the game is now available in the beta branch. So Space Haven 2 beta is available for testing. There's a special setting that you have to do in Steam in order to activate the beta. You have to go to the unstable work in progress branch, which is here under properties, betas. You have to choose the unstable work in progress branch if you want to try out the beta. There's a lot of new features in the beta. The big feature that's like the headliner is the new space station game mode. So we're going to be able to check that out. So you can pick station when you start the game. You get to build out a space station on an asteroid, and there's rubble and stuff that you have to clear on the asteroid. The asteroid's got some weird geometries to give you some challenges in your base building. There's also a new revamped, larger star map that is just for the space station game mode, so you have more stuff to do in your local system where you start the game. There's some UI changes, like shuttles and cargo containers will now appear on the map, and you can move them around and stuff. Stations can be a hub for different services, so ships will come in, and you can do all kinds of things like you could set up automatic trades. You can serve as a tour guide and tour the different aspects of the station. You can do like joint mining operations. The Exodus fleet will show up. They'll give you side quests. You can do those side quests, and you'll get some rewards for them. You can also migrate to other modes of play or to new star systems. So in the regular game, you basically move from the left end of the galaxy to the right end of the galaxy, and then you find the Space Haven. That's your home, and you can either do that or you can start a new galaxy. Space station mode is going to have something similar. You can, once you've built up the space station to your satisfaction, whatever that means, you can basically pack up a bunch of resources and put them on a shuttle or a cargo container or something, and then go build another base in another system. So you pack up, you create one of these cargo packages called a base starter or whatever, and then you send it along, and then you start your new game from that. And I believe you can send resources back and forth between your new station and your old station. You can also build a ship and switch over to playing the normal game instead of playing the station game mode. So you build a ship from your station, and then your ship launches and does all the normal ship things. There's a bunch of changes. Okay, so some special things in the star map. There's new bases that are just for the rogue bots that are in the base game mode. There are NPC ships can come under attack, and you can get missions to help them out. So there's a bunch of new stuff to encounter. You also have moving derelict ships that can drift through the sector, and asteroids that drift through the sector. You can claim areas on an asteroid. There's mining on the surface of an asteroid now, so you can get some resources to start out with when you start on a new asteroid. There's new types of away missions. This is what I was talking about, the alien and robot infestation. Robot cargo containers, that sounds cool. So you can use them for your own purposes, it says. So you can send resources home to your own station using that cargo container. That's pretty sweet. You can now find potential crew members in these robot preservation tanks. They used to hold only aliens, but now you can potentially rescue those people and get them as crew members, which is pretty cool. Other changes aside from the station game mode, there's this stuff. There's a new type of robot that you can build on your ship called a combat robot. That's like semi-automated fighting. It uses the AI, and you kind of direct it vaguely like a starfighter using a waypoint, but you don't control it exactly the way you do with a crew member. There's some new hazards. You can encounter enemy sentry turrets when you're exploring a derelict ship now. There's some new quality of life features, automatic vent control, so you can set the vents so they'll automatically close if there's a fire or smoke or a hull breach or something like that, which is pretty awesome. Let's see, some faction-specific dialogue is getting added. UI quality enhancement, vivid tooltips. Weapons are being rebalanced, so they're more accurate at close range, which makes a lot of sense to me. I think that's a big pain point especially for new players. Like, you just fire and fire and fire over and over at the beginning of the game, and you just miss all the time. Now you should be able to hit when you're in point blank range, which I think is a big improvement. They also buffed the Energium generators that you start the game with, so they're not quite as inefficient, just to make the early game a little bit easier for new players. And then there's some news about this. This is an alpha release of the new beta 2 version. This is not yet on their stable branch, so if you're worried about your game crashing or losing your old save or whatever, you may not want to switch to this branch right away. But if you want to check out the preview features and you don't mind being a bug reporter, being a tester for their early access stuff, then switch to this branch and try it out. Let me know what you think.